Joe, what's going on, man?
Proper cup of Joe. Yes.
It's another Thursday, which is almost like a Friday. I mean,
It's
pretty
Friday
close.
Eve.
It's right. It's right. It's the morning of Friday Eve. That's true. That's correct. How you doing, Joe?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? I think this was a tough week this week. I had a lot of work, lots of work to do. So
All right. Well,
I still have a lot more work to do too. So it's funny. We do say Friday Eve. Well, I mean, I just said it.
I
I
was
don't
like,
know why I said we say it. But really, we've only had 3 of 5 working days, and we still have a good bulk of the week left. I mean, basically, got through the 3rd day. That's it.
yeah, but where does the work happen? Like, for real, let's throw Friday afternoon out the window. So now we're down to like 66% of your week is done. And then I kind of have thoughts about Friday altogether, but so you're in the home stretch either way, man.
Yes, I am. So, how are you? What's new with you?
I'm good, man. You ever have one of those nights where you just like you sleep, like you get the sleep you've been dreaming of getting? Like, man,
You've been dreaming of it.
Oh, last night I
When you
slept
sleep,
last
you're
night.
dreaming.
Yeah, it's a dream. It's an
Dreaming in
inception.
better
It's a dream
sleep.
within the dream, man.
See how that works?
Man, so I'm still waking up and getting going, but it's not the oh man, I didn't get any sleep. I feel like crap. Like, I got sleep, man. Like, watch out. Today's gonna be I'm gonna get some stuff done today, my man.
Yeah, do you when you sleep like that, sleep heavy like that, do you get groggy? Like, is it sometimes too much?
Yeah, it's a real slow. It messes with my 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 morning routine, which is mostly wake up and go do stuff. Where I'm like, I gotta wake up and then go do stuff.
But once you are completely awake, then you're like
Oh,
energized.
I'll be on fire today. Today's
Watch
the
out.
one, man. Yeah,
Look
exactly.
out.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, everybody, welcome to Proper Cup of Joe. I'm Joe. I don't have snakes. This is Adam. He has a lot of snakes. I have a bunch of questions because we're longtime friends, and he started on this a crazy path a few years ago. And so we get together every Thursday morning at 7:30 Eastern. He's in Minnesota. I'm in Florida. There's a lot of differences, but there's a lot of similarities. We're longtime friends.
A lot of questions. Apparently, a lot of no voice. A lot of questions that fly around. We're coming to you ad free today from the good friends at Palm Street. We're always ad free on Proper Royals Live. If you like the live selling platforms and you want to use one that welcomes reptile sales, you don't have to talk in code and all that, go check out Palm Street. I think that you'll like it. So, did you do anything cool this week, Joe?
Yeah, we usually get together on Thursday mornings when we talk about one thing that came up this week that we really liked. And I was right before we got on here, I was like, oh, there were so many things that happened this week. I have to decide on the one thing. And so the first thing that Adam does,
you had one thing A and B?
Oh, I have. There's a whole lot of stuff. That's what I was like trying to think about.
Wow,
Is
okay.
like, let's pick the one thing. I think the one thing. I think I've mentioned this a few times. There's a radio host that I've listened to for a long time named Ron Bennington, right?
Yeah.
So he currently has cancer, and it's I think it's colorectal cancer. So, but he continues to do his show every day. And it's funny when you listen to people, you like engage with this show for so long that you're listening to them and they kind of become a part of your life, right? So you kind of know things about them, but they have no idea they have no they don't know you at all, but
yeah.
you feel like they're friends. Like, he comes up in conversations, obviously, and I go, "Oh, Ron said something funny the other day." He has no idea who I am, right?
Right.
So, but they've been really like like up front, and they're like talking about his situation every day, and apparently it's pretty rough. So you kind of go, and this is a larger conversation because I kind of go, well, like you kind of with anybody, any friend that has like an illness like that, you want to figure out a way that you can help. You want to figure out a way that you can do something for them, and it's hard to figure out what to do. Like you feel helpless, and you want,
Right.
sometimes that help is just like too much, and sometimes you just don't know what to do. Uh, so so I was listening to the show the other day, and I was like, oh, this is like a funny story. So I DM'd the story that was like kind of related to what they were talking about, and they read it on the show.
Yeah, get out of here. Nice.
Well, they laughed at it and everything. I know it's like small potatoes, but it's like uh it was just nice to go, oh, I was able to offer, like, even if it was just like a little thing, like a laugh like that.
Right.
I was like, wow, I was able to like help a little bit. Maybe I'm like inflating like what I did, but it was really nice just to go, like, make them laugh with a story, and that was like it's like a helpful thing. I don't know, like when you've had friends like that, like friends who have gone through illnesses, or even family members, like it's like, what do you do? Like, how do you respond to that? How do you be helpful? How do you like, is it just a story to make them laugh? Is that really all that is needed, or is there something else? How do you find the thing that helps the close people in your life? And this is, not a radio host. I'm talking about like actual people that there's a
Right.
relationship. It just made me think, like, how do you help people? How do you help people through something like that?
I think for those of y'all that don't know, my mother passed of ovarian cancer, and one of the very few silver linings to any of that, of which there's really none because she's not here, but one of them was that we got, I mean, we got a heads up that there's this great paradox that we don't know when we're going to die, and that's hard to talk about. Do you remember? This is really all right. Here's a deep hole. Do you remember that sitcom in the '80s called Alf? It was like the alien puppet thing, right? This
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know
I
why,
remember.
but it stuck with me, and it always has stuck with me, even through my mother's cancer diagnosis. There's an episode of Alf. In the episode, all right, so the premise real quick is this alien comes to live with this family, this suburban American family, and the kid was about my age, and Alf and his planet, they all know when they're going to die. They know exactly when they're going to die. And the kid in the house says to Alf, how can you live life knowing exactly when you're going to die? And Alf says to the kid, I don't know how you live not knowing when you're going to die. And that always struck me that, well, first it's Alf and the kid looking at two different perspectives. Alf going, I know exactly how long I have. I can plan this out. And then Alf telling the kid, you don't know. You got to make the most of everything you got. I don't know. How do you live without knowing when you're going to die?
Yeah.
Well, we found out when my mother was going to die, is what I have to say. And what that allowed was like, okay, I'm going to do nothing but spend time, focus time, give the time that I can. And what I found was it's really just time and connection. You can't really give stuff, but you could give memories, you could give experience, you could give attention. I don't know how it all works when we fall off the perch here, but I know I can't take these guitars and all that with me. But maybe I could take some memories of playing those guitars with people I loved, or performing with people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
I don't know. At least that's still on the table. I know the guitars don't poof and up and disappear with me. So, but maybe the other stuff does, So, anyway, I spent a lot of time with mom, and we just did. I'll tell you one quick story. She wanted to go see. She was in Miami. She wanted to go see another sunrise over Biscayne Bay. And at this point, you know, she's on morphine and it's palliative care through hospice and all of that. And it just wasn't feasible to take her out of the house anymore. It just wasn't going to happen. And instead, like, I remember my family was there and everybody, you know, you get this look like, oh, who's gonna tell her that this can't happen? You know, like nobody wants to bear any bad news. And I was like, you got it, tomorrow, we're on it. And my whole family was now like, they're conflicted. They think Adam's lying to his mother, kind of thing. And, you know, and they're like, well, okay, maybe, you know, whatever. It's doesn't really matter what's the lie count if it makes them happy or whatever. And then, so anyway, what I ended up doing though was I went to Biscayne Bay. I filmed the sunrise in high def. We made like a picnic in another room in the house. And then on the big TV, we played the video of the sunrise. So, yeah, just a little memory, just something different. And it made her day that day. Anyway, I'm rambling and being nostalgic, but I think the answer is you just try and do something honest, authentic, and where you connect with an actual person. Is what I think you do.
Yeah. I guess it's I also read, like, I've been thinking a lot about this. I also read, and one of my idols is Martin Short too. So,
oh yeah. Oh, did you see the segment on Sunday morning about him?
Yeah.
Real touching, man.
Yeah, very good. Really, really good. And he had a documentary come out this past week, and, you know, dealing with a lot of disease and death. And like, so even even his wife, you know, died in 2010 and of
ovarian cancer.
It was ovarian cancer.
Same year as my mother.
Yeah. So, and she said to her friend, like, keep the candy stripers away. Like, like, I don't want to. So it's really, I think you're right. It's just about like, keeping or like just listening, just basically listening,
right?
And going, what do you want? Or you know, do you want to stay away? Do you want me to stay away? Do you want company? Do you want memories? What do you want? Figuring that out and then responding in that way, I guess, is, I mean, and it seems so obvious to say stuff like that, but I think so often, because you love people, you want to fix things, or you want to be able to do something to show them how much you love them. And so, but sometimes it's, you know, it's maybe not, it's not about you, you know, it's about what they're going through. So yeah. So I think that, you know, I think in those moments, sometimes you have to stave off the urge to you know, to get involved.
Yeah. Did you and I are similar ages, Joe? You got your colonoscopy recently? You up to date?
Actually, that's next Friday.
Oh wow! Wow, look how I teed that one up, huh? Okay.
Yeah. A week from tomorrow, I'll be I don't know, taking that drink, and or a week from today, actually.
Yeah, a little different cup of Joe that morning, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right,
so
it's good to do.
How about you? Have you gone through yours?
Yeah, I had I had a little inspection, actually, like 4 years ago. I'm due to get checked up again. So my next physical, I suspect they'll send me around on one. So, but you're right about colorectal cancer, man. It's on fire right now, and it is. I don't know if it's preventable. It's certainly treatable from early detection. So, guys, take care of yourself out there, ladies too. But I know it's affecting men and particularly communities of color as well as diseases often do. So go get it checked out. Yeah, look at Shane. He's on the Cologuard, man. Not the like that's the one. Okay. What can I say? It's our time of life, you know.
Well, I really like this discussion, but maybe it's a little too heavy to go right off the bat into the
well,
cancer.
Shane's just letting us know how it goes. I'll
yeah. There you go. There you
go. Shane, that's how you should walk into every group chat. Just don't, no context. Just go right on with it, you know. So
you'll be dropped immediately.
Immediately.
Not here.
We won't do that here. Transparency is the key. That's right, my man. Well, Joe, I have been my one thing. I've been perhaps labeled and maybe even take a little bit of pride in being an aficionado of rock and roll and a bit of a snob when it comes to rock and roll music and what the kids are doing and blah 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 and all of that. It's a little bit of my just old man get off my lawn as I've embraced this now in my 40s. But I took my son on Saturday. He wanted to go to this guy Youngblood was in town, and we went to this venue to go see Youngblood.
Who is Youngblood?
I don't know, man. He spells it Yungblud, man. This kid has got something going on. Joe, like I say, I will acknowledge my rock and roll snobbery. This guy is Iggy Pop, Steve Tyler, Freddie Mercury, and Jim Morrison rolled into one.
No, stop.
Really? Owned the place, dude. Here I am, floor general admission. We're in it's a big club. So like 8,000 people packed, going bonkers nuts for this guy. And I'm there going, this feels like some rock and roll, like rebirth or something, man. Like it was unbelievable. Now I'll say, I don't think the songs were particularly timeless, but the performance is one of the best rock and roll performances. I mean, up there, man. And that's just me going in cold open. I don't know anything I knew a little bit about the guy because he had a really big moment at the Ozzy farewell tribute. Or maybe it wasn't the farewell. It was the farewell to Black Sabbath, Back to the Beginning, whatever they called it. He had a really big moment there, but man, I'm watching him and I'm like, how does this guy perform like this on a 40-night tour kind of deal ever? I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. And he played like all the performance hits. I mean, he's crowd surfing, singing, he's, smoking cigarettes and meeting ladies. He's thrown. I mean, it was, but he's got the chops to back it up, man. He can sing.
He does.
Yeah, he could play. He's doing it, man. And his band was tight and really engaging. I was like, holy cow, man. Anybody that gives the old rock and roll's dead. I don't know how it translates to just clicking his music on a button, but like in person, holy smokes, literally one of the best concerts I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot now, man. I was
praise. Holy smokes.
I was stunned, man. Yeah. Some of the audience knows Youngblood. I was blown away, man. So if you get a chance to go see Youngblood, it's worth every penny, and you're going to, it's fun. People watch it too, because people are nuts for that dude.
What? Where did you see him? Was it like in an arena, or was it a small venue, or what was it?
So it's called the Armory here, and it's an old National Guard armory. And I thought it was maybe 2,000 to 3,000. I figured it was probably like a House of Blues style size club. It's a lot bigger than that, but 80% of the venue is just floor general admission, and the venue is really, really great. I mean, the production was good in the venue, and just it felt like the there are 3 levels and there's like some mezzanine seating, but it's only like 4 rows deep in those. So it really feels like everything is just like on it, man.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they said it was a 8,000 because we were waiting in line and the line was like around, I'm talking around like 4 blocks, man. I was like, what kind of operation they got here? They don't know that people are coming, like get them in the door. And then I asked one of the security guards, like, how big is this place? He was like 8,000. I was like, oh, that's a little bigger than I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a really good venue, but it felt, the key to performance is being able to connect with people. And it felt like with everybody being general admission on the floor, the connection was, first you're standing next to people and you're feeling that energy. Second, the performer can really connect with people when everybody's right in front of them instead of, seats hundreds of yards away kind of deal. So it felt like a smaller venue or a smaller show, but I mean, they had pyro inside the place going off. I mean, it was big enough for that. So it was good, man. I was blown away. And I had to admit to my son, I was like, that was a hell of a show, man. So, and
yes.
and we got you get some cool, as dad and son, there could be challenges in a teenage and father relationship, as happens. And it was really cool. And he did that song. I was just say it's an Ozzy Osbourne song. It is technically because I think he wrote it, but it's a Black Sabbath song called I'm Going Through Changes. And he did a cover of that, which he did at the Black Sabbath tribute.
Yeah.
And it was cool because my son knew it from Youngblood doing it, and I knew it from a Black Sabbath song from 1972. And I was like, this is cool. And he did it exceptionally well. It was really well done. I was impressed.
It is great so a few things. It is great to see, young musicians who pay tribute to, where music, like the rock and roll music comes from.
And sorry to interrupt. Aerosmith's most recent album, the whole album, I guess we call it an EP, like 5 tracks, it was with, all of them were with Youngblood. It was like 2 lead singers, Steven Tyler and Youngblood with Aerosmith. Nice. Yeah. Interesting. Nice. I mean, he's getting the respect and all that from people, and I didn't really know why. And then I was like, now I know why. I cut you off though on the nice to see stuff.
I think the other thing too is like, like going and doing that and being impressed by something that your child likes,
right?
Which is it can be it's kind of startling sometimes. I mean, it is fun to be with Aiden or Raleigh, and they're like, hey, listen to this song, and you're kind of like, yeah, that's good. That's great. Because I think so often, I think when you get older too, you're just kind of like, my stuff's the best.
Yeah. Well, also you're like, I know what I like. Why do I need to find something new that I like? I have what I like. There's no risk involved. Right. I could be a little curmudgeon-y. I get it,
Yeah. But then to go and see some, one of my favorite concerts was going with Aiden, because he was like, this is this guy that I like, and we went to see him, and I thought, wow, what a great show. And I like them. I listen to the music now, but I thought, wow, what a terrific show this guy puts on. It's and there's so many people that just loved him. I had a blast. It was so fun.
Yeah, I had a great time. So if you're looking to get out of the house and see something cool and new, go check out Youngblood coming to your town. I guess. Yeah. Oh, it's cool. You'll talk about some a cool snake. Matter of fact, the coolest ball python in the world this week.
Let's see it. I saw something. I thought I was going to send you one. I saw. Oh, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been. I can't remember who it was, but I saw this snake and I loved it. I should have sent it to you. Let's go with your pick. Let's go with your pick.
Are they coming up on your feeds now?
They are.
You're in Ball Python Instagram now? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't do that much on Instagram. And so if anybody goes, I don't think I even have a post on Instagram. But I do scroll and see it. Yeah. And I think But let's see this ball python. I want to see it.
Well, first I got to tell you, the coolest ball python in the world is brought to us each and every week by Heart of the Python, man. Heart of the Python. That's Kate and Bill Peevers. They posted a picture last night. I don't know if it's on the post or was only in a Patreon chat. They had a Mandarin. I'm trying to remember it. Hang on. They had a Mandarin clown combination that was a fantastic snake. There was more to it. Maybe in Mandarin hypo. I was just going to bed, and like I said, I slept like I'm crazy last night. It was great. I was probably half asleep. Anyway, go check it out. It was a really, really beautiful snake. Caught my eye, like almost like, ooh, that could be a candidate right there. But really cool to see what they're doing. Anyhow, go check out Heart of the Python. Kate's working Monarch of Puzzle Projects, Bill Monsoon, and the girls are working Sunset and Clown family operation there. And if you check them out on TikTok, look for Heartline. And those are animals bred for temperament. That's a project that they are breeding ball pythons for temperament, grow the hobby, grow new keepers, but they're breeding some bangers too. So go see. I'm sure they'll have some snakes for sale for shortly. And I know that they travel like crazy for shows as well too. So go see them somewhere out there in America. Heart of the Python. Thank you guys. Coolest ball python in the world this week. Joe, this is this one passes my test because it stopped me scrolling. It didn't stop me because of all the words. It didn't stop me because of all the genes. It stopped me because it was a cool snake. And then I looked at all the genes and the information on it, and I was like, oh, that was some work getting there too. So let me show you this snake here. Look at this one, huh?
Ooh.
Now,
yeah.
The angle I don't care as much for. I wish I had to snag it because this is actually a screenshot of a reel rather than an actual picture. But okay. So this one is kind of neat. It's got those like that muted like glow to it, and
yes,
they crushed it. And the glow is so strong it becomes almost like a neon. And neon lights are neat because we usually talk about contrast, but neon's really bright and it seems like it's great contrast. But if you look around the edges of neon signs, it's like a glow, right? And that's what this does. Like you get the contrast and the glow with it. The yellows are really, really bright. Normally, I think that color down the back, kind of that grayed out, just a smoky gray. You might be like, I don't know if I want to include that color in a snake. But it does so well with the yellow. And then you get those purple outlines where that smokiness is taking the black and making it purple. Really great definition on the patterns. And back on that, like back third bend in the snake, if you look inside that bend, you could just see some flaming coming up and really imagine what the sides of that snake must look like, because the flaming coming up is much more of a creamy white rather than a gray smoky white. So I bet it makes really nice contrast on the side. I think that's just a really, really fantastic snake, man.
I think it's one of my favorite snakes that we've done so far in this segment.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's gorgeous. It's really, I feel like if you were to put like a black light on, it would be like glowing in the black light. It would
dance. It has moves. Yeah. It would.
That's a good thing to try. Whatever glows in the black light, you should put like on your snake, and then it would be cool to have like a snake in blacklight. That would be cool. Does anybody ever do that? Do you ever dress up your snakes with something?
Well,
that would be my question.
The answer is no, you shouldn't. People do. They put little hats on them.
I've seen the hats.
Yeah,
the little hats on snakes. This is adorable.
Well, we're losing focus here, but I do have a funny story about and yes, people put them under black lights, and by people I mean Adam. I'll tell you a funny story about snakes.
You put them under black lights, really?
Yeah. I'll tell you about that in a second. So, but this one, the genetics here are really are important. And this, I have no idea if this snake is for sale. And actually, let me give proper credit really quickly. Hang on one second. This snake is from, I think it's called. Let me get it. Of course, I edited it and cropped it. Let me uncrop it. Hang on here. Revert to original. Yeah, this is from Iron Coil Exotics. Iron Coil Exotics is the name of the breeder, I assume who produced it, but certainly who posted it. Iron Coil Exotics. And here's the thing, the genes on this. So this is a clown, pretty classic clown pattern on there, a little wider lateral stripe on top than you might see on some clowns. So a little bit of reduced pattern, but that nice clean head looking really, really sharp there. It is a clown. And then it's a gene called Desert Ghost, which is one of those skin pigment genes that causes a little bit of glowing and brightening. And then it's hypo, which is also that one that kind of puts like a glaze, like on a glazed donut, man. Yeah. So we're doing clown, DG, and hypo here, which is what is really, really creating that crazy glow, that neon looking glow, the highlighter looking glow is the combo of DG and clown. And then they put a dark gene in there brilliantly, which is black pastel. And so the black pastel is given those really dark highlights that then you put the DG and hypo on top of. That's what's given that purple glow all around the pattern. And I think it was, I think Orange Dream was in the pairing. So possible Orange Dream on that as well. So somebody's popped into the chat that has questions about snakes as well. Yes, that is a
that's why we're here.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and welcome you to the show here. Yeah, this is a show about me having snakes. This is not my snake. It is small compared to that person's fingers. It is a small hatchling ball python. This would be a ball python, likely with the very first shed after hatching. So there we go. Iron Coil Exotic. Let me make sure I got that exactly right. Iron Coil Exotics produced that. Go give them a follow on Instagram. That is this week's coolest ball python in the world right there, man. Joe, how many, what are you giving this thing here, man?
I'm giving this 2 full cups of coffee.
2 full cups out of 2?
2 full cups out of 2. Yeah. That's
wow. Banger right there. That's how you know when Joe says 2 full cups. That's we're hitting on it. Okay. Yeah. Well, excellent, man. We're starting to find your alley then, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. 2
full cups. There we go. Okay. I like this. We need somebody on emoji duty when on Joe's scoring. That's fantastic. There we go. Joe, your story earlier got me thinking a little bit about this week's topic.
Yeah.
I can't remember how long you've been around the Tampa Bay area. When did you move there?
I moved here in 2012, so 14 years.
Okay, I'm going to go back a little bit longer than you've been there then. So okay. I lived in Tampa Bay from 1992 to 1996 sometime, maybe 95. And the gentleman you're talking about, Ron, what's his last name?
Bennington.
Ron Bennington. In the days that I was there and I was growing up, I was in middle school and then 1 year of high school, which is where I met Chelsea, your partner. And that's how we all got mixed up. And here we are, I can't even tell you the number of years later. Holy cow. Over 30 years later, hosting a ball python podcast. Anyway, what this has to do with anything is in those days, there was a radio station in Tampa called 95 YNF. And okay. There was Ron Bennington and another Ron had a morning show called Ron and Ron. And Ron and Ron were on 95 YNF was the radio station. 95 YNF was a rock and roll station. There was also 98 Rock, which had a different morning show. And they had their like morning show wars kind of deal. And it was like the original, I wouldn't say original. It was like a really early version of social media and kind of like attention has always been currency. Like good commercials get your attention. Good salespeople get your attention. People like, there's always been like, like the freak carnivals, like the P.T. Barnums, the Vince McMahons, all of that. If you could get people's attention, it almost doesn't matter how absurd it was or is. And social media has really, really magnified that. I mean, for Pete's sake, here we are talking on a morning show about what we know or don't know about ball pythons, right? So there's all this opportunity. And if you find the right audience and you can get their attention, there is currency and value in that.
Yeah.
And I swear, it's funny. Last night I was thinking about like, what were some examples of this before social media and before this current day and age. And 95 YNF used to give out, they would give them away. They would give out these obnoxious bright yellow license plates. In Florida, you don't have to have the state issued plate on the front of your car like you do in Minnesota. So you could put a vanity plate on the front of your car. And 95 YNF had these they were bright yellow, and all they said in red letters was either YNF or 95 YNF. But if you turned it upside down on the front of your car, their advertisers would like give you a discount if you went to their place and showed them. Like that was their thing. So you would start to see all over town these upside down 95 YNF license plates. And then you would remember it, and they were immediately spottable. And then you say to yourself, if you don't know what's going on and you've never listened to Y95 YNF, why are all these dummies turning their license plates upside down? I can remember as like an 8th grader, I remember this. Yeah. And it's funny that you brought up Ron Bennington this morning, because that's that channel. And that was the initiative of like their creative, how are we going to get people's attention and make them listen to us? Yeah, and it was something that stuck out. It's stuck with me. I had no idea where it's applicable or why it stuck with me, other than you just got to do something just a little bit different just to get people's attention. And I'm sure eventually, as people were driving around going, what the heck is this 95? Let me look on the radio. Let me see what it is. And that's how you start to get listeners and attention.
Well, there's even a little bit more to that kind of thing, because when it like with, first of all, you're getting people to advertise for you, right?
Right.
But you're also endearing them to the community, that you're endearing them to the experience.
They're part of something. It's a lifestyle brand. Yeah.
But it's to turn it upside down. So like that, and that's the currency of talk radio is language and entering into like an experience with other people, because you know the words, or you know a certain thing because somebody told you that, right? Yeah. So, and it's funny, like when you listen to Bennington now, you have people call in who, and there's almost a language that's been built.
Right. Yeah.
That is like people come in and go, $1 million, or and he responds $1 million, or it's great to chop it up with you. And he'll go, wonderful to chop it up with you, something like that. Like there's like these little language things that have ingratiated people, and when they participate in that, they feel as though they're a part of the community. So it's not just tuning in and listening to it. There's a whole community that was built around the experience of the product that they're putting out. So it's not just listening to the music, it is actually, you are a part of the community. That's I mean, not to harp on Bennington, but the idea is not just selling the product at that moment in the morning and saying, come listen to the talk show. It's saying you're now a part of the community because you're participating in this product. You're a part of this now. You're a part of this community. So it makes me wonder, like, is that what we're trying to do? Is that what you're trying to do in this community? It's not just about selling the product of snakes. It's about going and saying, you're going to be a snake owner now, but not only that, you're not only going to enjoy the snake, you're now a part of this community. And we've built a whole language, and mean, all of the coded words that you guys have for these snakes. I mean, we just went
Right.
through one, and it was just like, and everybody knows that, and so they go, "Oh, I'm going to be a part of this. I'm a part of this community because I understand what this guy is talking about when he says clown or pied
Right.
or DG or whatever."
Nice job.
So yeah.
So I think that's interesting because if you asked me, I would say I want to sell great snakes, but I have no desire for Proper Royals to be like a lifestyle brand. Like I don't need a Proper Royals army. Like I know like this whole like tribal cosplay that people do. No, thank you. I'm good. But in the way that you just put it, as part of a macro community, absolutely. Like the bigger, like, hey, I want to welcome you into the community, not my community.
Yeah.
Does that distinction make sense?
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
there's a lot of the first thing that I described too, where like it's almost like pro wrestling factions, like, hey, we're gonna do some business here. We're both gonna get famous, and all of our people are gonna get pissed at each other, and we'll have a slap fight at the end of it. Like,
right. I think, and actually, I do think he's a huge wrestling fan. Actually,
oh, is he? Okay.
And I do think that was a part of the strategy is to create, villains and heroes,
dude,
and work off each other.
Yeah,
and
if you can dance with somebody with heat, make people choose. Like the problem is when it seeps into real life and people don't realize that it's a cosplay work. That drives me nuts. That's a whole different show. But if I guarantee, I guarantee they were buddies with the 98 Rock guys and knew exactly what was going on. They knew exactly what was going on.
And Jen, it is about the brightening allele combinations.
When is it not? Right?
That's what the future is all about in this industry. And because I can say that, I am
You're
a
in
part
the gang.
Yeah. Now I don't necessarily know what that means, but I am a part of the gang.
And we've talked about this. The quicker you say that, and then
get out,
people think you know what you're talking about, and you're in high demand. He had to go. He had a thing. He had to go.
Yeah, exactly. So every time you sell a snake, every sale, are you selling the snake, or are you selling the experience of owning a snake and being in this community?
The right answer is number 2. The smart sellers, it's number 2. I think we forget that, and we think that it's number 1. And this is a weird show today about number 1s and 2s and colonoscopies and all of that. But what I'm saying is, Joe, that's an incredibly insightful point. It shouldn't be the one transaction. It should be welcome to the community.
Yeah.
Come participate, come be a part of it. By the way, here's your snake that you got today. Welcome. Like that's a powerful connection. That's the old, people may or may not remember what you did for them or the price that you cut them or the deal that you made them. They will always remember how you made them feel. And that's if it's good or bad. You could serve somebody the most phenomenal steak in the world. If you're a jerk while you're doing it, they're never coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that I have to give myself that pep talk before every show now. Like, you're selling an admission or a continuation of this community and this participation, not just a snake kind of deal, not just a one-off transaction. Man, that's pretty powerful. That's like a secret weapon right there, man. That's cool.
Exactly. And I don't want to make this like a whole tribute to Ron Bennington or whatever, but when you listen to his show, it's not just about hearing a joke or hearing a conversation that's interesting and it makes you laugh or it makes you think. It's not just about that. I not only know all of the producers on that show, I know the frequent callers who call in.
Right.
I'm connected. Right. I know who, Hard Rock Johnny is, and
Yeah, right, yeah.
Dave,
New Orleans Bob, yeah.
yeah, all of those. Like, I know, and they are as a part of it as anybody else. That's what he does so well on radio. That's what he does so well on radio. Is he's not just hilariously funny with the things that he says. He's created a community where, I mean, it is actually beautiful what has happened on this radio show. The amount of people that have reached out who have listened to him for 30, almost probably 40 years,
Right.
just going, you've been a part of my life for 40 years. I want to wish you the best. They've created a wall on Sirius XM's just that is a picture of him with everybody just putting voice memos and everything. It's like, it's unbelievable the community that he's created just by getting on the radio and talking about it. But his strategy is to create that community. I don't know if it's a strategy or not, but what he's done is created that community. That's why people are so loyal to him when he's going through a hard time. So loyal to him and going, I love you, Ronnie. That's what I think. That's what good business is. I think, especially when you're selling the same product to different people. It's about creating this community that people are so loyal to and connected to. That's why we have regulars every Thursday morning at 7:30 who come.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable.
I think what you're saying though is it's the long play. That's very hard to do on short notice. You got to be authentic and you got to be transparent and accessible for a long, long time. And I think you got to do the work for a long, long time is how I think that works. To your point just a moment ago, you get a kick out of this. My son, Charlie, he always asks, like, cause here's how the routine goes. Hey Dad, do you want to play chess tonight? And he always asks me that about 4 minutes before he has to go to bed, because he knows that if we play chess, it'll be an extra half hour before he's, kind of deal. But on Wednesday nights, I'm generally trying to write the show and I'm putting together the back end production. So he's always like, what are you and Joe going to talk about tomorrow? And last night I was like, well, we're still working it out. I had to text him some notes or whatever. And kids are kind of parrots or whatever, mimics. And he was like, man, what was Joe thinking when you pitched him the idea for this show? And I was like, yes, that is correct. That is but you were making the point, it's 7:30 in the morning and here we are, and there's people that hang out and there is a community. And I do think it's cool and I'm thankful for it. And it is like a classic, like, no, here's this authentic idea that I believe in. And I think that if we're just ourselves, we could go do this, Yeah. So that's, that is kind of my thoughts. And I thought the real point of the show this morning was going to be like, our boring business is dead. Because I think, not to be an alarmist, and certainly I don't think this is true, but let's just take the headlines that AI is going to take all the jobs. AI is not going to take the exciting, engaging, authentic, interactive, community building jobs. You know what I mean? Like like at the end, I hate the expression at the end of the day, that happens every day at midnight, but at the end of it all, personal connection is one of the unique things that we're still going to have and that are still going to carry incredible currency. So I think if we could figure that out, or find ways to connect, or get people to turn your bright yellow license plate upside down and, peruse about town, it's good stuff,
I'm hesitant to go into this, but the other thing, if you're listening for the first time, is I teach in higher ed. So, and I do online classes, which are asynchronous. I don't even really have a live session. It's basically like an old correspondence course. And then I also teach in the classroom. And the classroom, people want to be in the classroom because certain people want to be in the classroom because they want that community. They're looking for that. And so it helps them learn. It helps them remember. I think these asynchronous online courses can be really helpful. But I also think, like, are people just using AI now, and and there's no community, there's no thought put into it, there's nothing there. It's actually in the classroom where people's minds actually change, because they are interacting with other people, because they are. So it's not just, me saying this is what Hinduism is. It's about people together working things out and going, okay, how does this change the way we view the world? That's where real education happens. So when creating that community, it becomes more than just the product that you're offering. It becomes this way of changing the way people are and the way people think. And that's what you want to do. That's what everybody here wants to do if they're selling snakes, to not just sell that product, but to go, you are now a part of us. You're a part of this community. And that'll be, I think that's just I think that changes people. It is the thing that can't be supplanted by things like AI. And it is a great strategy for longevity and for your business.
Well, and I think the reason why, say, talk radio still thrives, or this type of platform connects, or even any of the live stream stuff, whether it's on whatever platform it's on, whatever media format it's on, it is the interaction part. We don't hear much talk radio that's successful without people calling in. I think there's some notable exceptions, but by and large, the call-ins make up the show, and that engagement make up the show. Now, sometimes they ruin the show. Like, so you got to have real good producers screening the right people, getting the, you were talking about, the regulars. Well, those regulars are the hits. Like, you got to play, you got to play 3 hits, and then you can sneak in a deep cut of a new guy. You know what I mean? Like, you got to build that over time. But it is the people. And going all the way back to even what I was saying about Youngblood, I didn't know a single song of this guy. And yeah, they were catchy, but to be honest, I don't really remember a single song. I remember being mesmerized by the engagement, the charisma. The band was tight. They were spot on, but the sound was good. The video was good. The crowd was hot. He was super engaged. I mean, that is that connection. That is that non-boring business. And that experience, AI can be used as a great tool. It can use as an enhancer. That ain't replacing that guy and that band and that interaction and that performance. So I really like, in a world where people are panicking, I like going, no, I'm cool. I have got my head around where I will be cool. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. Yeah. Right.
Or there'll be a place in my head where I'll be cool. Maybe the other 80% won't be cool, but I will have something cool for me right there,
Yeah. Well, it's what a great synthesis too is the concert. Like, you can listen to those songs. Those are products that people put out, and you can listen to those songs. But being with a group of people where you all share in enjoying this one thing together, that's the draw of the concert. That is definitely the draw. It's not just about seeing the great product. It is about being among other people, enjoying that product together. I think we miss that. I think that there are, I think television used to be like that, like the common experience, the water cooler sitcom, or the Johnny Carson or something like that, where people enjoyed a common thing together. Well, and I think that's getting harder and harder to find. That's why I do think, people people go, oh, I know Joe, I know Adam.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to this every week, and they're a part of it,
Yeah. Well, and at a time, I realize this sort of starts sounding like the really old man stuff, but that's an interesting point where if there was only, say the night before, there was only 4 or 5 shows on that 70% of America were watching, that means a huge number of people you were going to have to talk with the next day about Seinfeld or Friends or whatever the episode was. And that's not the case now because people are watching 400 different things at any given, well, I think it was Thursday night. Like Thursday night was Seinfeld night. You knew on Friday you're going to talk about the episode of Seinfeld that played.
Yeah.
And now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that television has expanded to what it is, and there's all sorts of platforms to express yourself and entertain people. But it was interesting because it did force a community, and that type of community is, I would say, gone away. Sure, there's smaller niches of people that are into the same things, and you could go to different group chats and hangouts and that kind of stuff. So it's not it, but in the way that it existed before, it is gone. Yeah, I think that's I think it's a really important way to think about doing business in this day and age of what community are you selling either entry or continuance to in your product? And then I think that there's a really strong longevity to that brand afterwards.
Yeah, I use this quote from this philosopher, A.R. Marcus. It talks about just linguistic communities, like communities that form around language.
Yes.
And how, like, at some point in history, prehistory, somebody got together and looked at or two people got together, they looked at a rock and they made a sound that meant rock, right?
Yeah.
And because they decided together that that's what that sound meant, what this quote says is that they were integrated into a linguistic community, and it drew them out of isolation. It healed the ruptures between them, and they became united in something together, just simply by saying, we agree what this sound that comes out of our mouth represents this thing over here. I think that's another good thing to do in all of our businesses, is to create a language like you all have done. The allelic combinations, the brightening, the yeah, all of the different language and everything. Once you get to know that language, it draws you out of just the isolation of owning a snake in your home and being able to communicate with other people and create a community around these words that we're all using.
I think if we remember that, it's a really, really strong strategy for anybody building anything right now. Joe, I built a new intro for the Tuesday night show, which will become our outro here.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's not done. This is like a working draft. No, it's ready. I'm going to play it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not ready, but I'm still going to play it, but it'll be updated next week. But I want to say thanks to everybody. Go check out Cold Blooded Cafe. Use the promo code Proper11. Freshest rodents out there. I got my shipment coming today. I'm excited. Oh yeah, maybe I'll do a little
rodents.
What if I did a live opening? Like it's like people get excited about like their new snake. But like, here's my new rodents, man.
There was a post that you put up that I was a little taken aback about.
Oh, the hibachi, the rat hibachi.
Yeah, you were flipping rats.
The rats, feeding them off. That was Cold Blooded Cafe rodents, man.
For somebody who's not in the world that much, it was a little off-putting.
Well, let me tell you, that's the high quality stuff right there. Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's the best. That's the best.
Those are the best, man. Guys, go check out Husbandry.pro. Husbandry.pro next is coming up. And on the platform, you can see all about it on their platforms and channels around about the internet. We're going to get out of here, but check out the new Proper Royals the outro on Thursdays and the intro on Tuesdays. Thanks for hanging out, audience. You guys mean a lot. And we'll do it same time, same place next week. Joe, have a good week. You ready to see this thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here we go. See you guys.
Everybody wants the outcome. Very few will go through the process.
When you think about someone living their dream, I am living my dream.
If your business model isn't working, you've got to change your model.
You might be all by yourself on that route, but the view's pretty damn good from there.
Stop chasing other people's dreams. Make your own.
When the going gets weird, the weird turn pro.